Alright. We're live? I forgot to ask.
What's up?
No, I forgot to ask. So when I'm done, do I call you back down?
No, when you're done, just come over here to the computer and you're going to see like a blue button at the bottom right corner
They say
that
finish?
says finish. You just click that.
Okay. Shit. Taki mushrooms. Yeah. I try my best not to use that kind of language, you know what I'm saying? So, this is water. No, that ain't the water. Wasn't we supposed to send this to the man first?
What? Y'all put that up?
Kind of, how y'all put it up?
Yeah, there's something. You got a client. You teach a client with us.
Oh,
It's
it's
live right now.
I did not know that. It's like Shalom Yahba Shema Shabbat Thumb to my brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Lathum by Shemi Shai to the sisters. I am Kala. I am priest and officer of Kala. I'm here to teach the law class. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana. We've been around teaching the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who they are according to the scriptures since 1969. We are not affiliated with any other camps or organizations. You know what I'm saying? Today I'm going to go into who the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American and why are we some of the conditions that we are going through. You know what I'm saying? Today I'm going to start with Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You know what I'm saying? One of the main reasons why I want to bring it out this way is because I see it every day, and I know that that our people needs to know this. You know what I'm saying? This needs to be told because I see it all day, every day. So 7 to 6. Bear with me. It's about here. Alright, so we're going to go into, again, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. Okay, right here where it says, for thou art an holy people. In this context, the word holy, it is defined as separate. You know what I'm saying? For you. What's up?
That fan, you can hear that fan all in the background.
Right.
So you want to move it back.
You have to do that.
Turn off the back so you That's cool.
I'll start sweating bullets. I got a nap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Then.
Kind of, it's like it. But yeah, so like I was saying, it says, for thou art an holy people. You are a holy people. You are a separate people unto the Lord thy God. You know what I'm saying? So you are not the same as everybody else. You're not in all the nations. I'm talking to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The reason why I say so-called is because we weren't separate people in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans were one people and at a time. And then we were separated and went into slavery in different ways and in different times. And it was taught that we should hate each other. You know what I'm saying?
What you think anyway?
Alright, let me be down here.
No. It's not even hot in there. It's really cool.
I don't know, I was sweating bullets out. What the slide here? Yeah. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. You know what I'm saying? It's saying that the Lord, the Most High, has chosen you. He picked you specifically, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? To be special to him. Like, I'll give you an example of what something special is to someone. Say, okay, look. I like collecting glasses, okay? And so far, I got a new pair of glasses, and these I deemed special. They're my favorites now. These are the ones that I like out of all of them, okay? That's what it means for like chosen thee to be a special, because you are special. He chose you specifically. You know what I'm saying? Because he likes the way they are, or the way you are. You know what I'm saying? It's like, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. He said above all people. You know what I'm saying? That are upon the face of the earth. So that means you are above the so-called Edomites, the Arabs, every nation that's not black, Hispanic, or Native American. Okay, you are above all them. You are separate, favorite, and above everybody. So you are sitting pretty high on the pedestal. You know what I'm saying? And it's upon the face of the earth. So that means there's nobody that can be better than you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, it also reiterates it. Like it keeps, it's like a repetition of it. It says it again and again and again, so you know what I'm saying, that he was serious about it. That's what. Right here in Deuteronomy chapter 26 and 19, where it says, and to make thee high above all nations which he hath made. You know what I'm saying? He already said there and said in Deuteronomy 7 and 6 that you are above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? No, I need to stop saying what I'm saying. That's, you gotta figure something else out to say. That he made, you know what I'm saying? And to make thee high above all nations which he hath made in praise, and in name, and in honor, and that thou mayest be an holy people unto the Lord thy God, as he hath spoken. You know what I'm saying? Like he spake it, man. Let's spake it. He has said it aloud that you are above. You know what I'm saying? Again, he's just explaining how you in all things are better and special to him. You know what I'm saying? All the nations he made. Right. So like it says, and to make thee high above all nations. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's one of my favorites. Right along with Deuteronomy 7 and 6. That's one of the main reasons why I pulled this out today. Because just like he said, I'ma say it, my people, you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, are special. You know what I'm saying? And you see it every day in everything you do. You know what I'm saying? In everything you do. Like, one of my favorite examples to use is Hispanic people. Y'all do things that no ordinary human has ever done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do things that baffles and amazes me at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are the hardest working people. You know what I'm saying? Judah, so-called blacks, Hispanic blacks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pretty much can make anything out of anything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all one of the top ones in sports. You know what I'm saying? Right along with the Hispanic people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting there knocking them, but I've noticed a lot of black people sitting there really good at most of the sports that I see out. You know what I'm saying? And when I see it come across my page, I just stop and look because it catches my eye. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't find anything like that amazing, I probably would have just skipped past it, but I can't help but stop. Again, that's why you are special. You like in everything. You know what I'm saying? But there's a problem though. We see it, but I don't think y'all see it. You know what I'm saying? And I see this everywhere I go. I see it on the streets. I seen it on the corners. Like even when we did camp, I seen it. Brothers out there, sisters out there, all strung out and homeless and pretty much don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And destroyed. You feel me? So that brings me to Hosea 4:6. How did that every time? I still don't know how I got past it. Man, 13 and 16. Oh, that's all. But yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. I see it. It hurts to see it, but I see it. You know what I'm saying? The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people, which are you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. If you knew what I knew, you'd probably be living a better life that you're living now. You know what I'm saying? You knew what if you was to come into the school and learn what we know and get taught like we're taught, you'd be doing better than what you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be so destroyed and strung out on drugs or living homeless. Well, man, the situation is the situation. You know what I'm saying? But most people, y'all gotta fight and come to the class and learn who you are, so you can get the help that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't know what I know, and if I didn't learn the things that was taught to me, I'd probably be in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Most of the people I see, they would probably be in the same situation if they didn't find a school. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, come to class so you'll learn, so you won't be destroyed. And so you will have the knowledge, so you can know how to move about, know how to be the better you. You know what I'm saying? It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, because you refuse the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You refuse it. You refuse to know. You know what I'm saying? It says, I will also reject thee. You know what I'm saying? It's saying that he will reject you. He's like, the definition of reject is the definition. Give me 1 second. I have it right here. Is to dismiss as inadequate or inappropriate or not to one's taste. A person or thing dismissed as failing to meet standards or satisfy taste. And so, because you reject the knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments, because you reject them, because you don't follow them, because you sit there and go your own way and reject the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't meet to your standards. He rejected you the same way, you know what I'm saying? That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy. So like it. Thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, not following the law, statutes, and commandments because you rejected it. Now you no longer what you supposed to be to Him. You've forgotten the law. You've forgotten these. You know what I'm saying? Law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? I will also forget thy children. You know what I'm saying? As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Again, so as we forgot this, we started to sin more and more. You know what I'm saying? Therefore will I change their glory into shame. He changed us. And pretty much he punished us because of what we were doing. He changed it from us being glorious to us being shamed, of us being at the bottom right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Because we didn't follow what he was teaching. He rejected us. So, yeah, so we are destroyed for that. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and get to Jeremiah 17:4. Let's do it this way. It's a lot quicker. But yeah, so us doing what we were doing made him mad. So he punished us. And I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more into it. Jeremiah 17:4. And it says, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. You know what I'm saying? And right here it's saying that he's cutting us off from knowing who we are and taking our history. You know what I'm saying? And then he's going to put us in the land. So that was us going into slavery. You know what I'm saying? Put us in a land that we don't know to serve our enemies. You know what I'm saying? He put them over us. He gave them, he gave us to them so they can go ahead and do what they do. You know what I'm saying? But even though we still again are holy people. You know what I'm saying? But because of the transgressions and us not following the law, statutes, and commandments, we angered him. We made him mad. You know what I'm saying? So he cut us off. Like, nope, no more. Just like, say, okay, this has happened before. I've seen it. You have a kid that you sat there and warned several times not to do something over and over and over again. So what you do is you punish them. You know what I'm saying? Just like he's punishing us. He's doing what a father does to his children when they are acting up and bad. He punished us. Yeah, so because we were sitting there being disobedient and not following the law, statutes, and commandments, he cut us off. And then he put then we're gonna go ahead and jump to Deuteronomy again. You know what I'm saying? The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, hold on. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee. You know what I'm saying? Again, remember I just said in Hosea 4 and 6, we were destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And then I turned around and told you that in Jeremiah that we was cut off from knowing who we are and knowing our history. And so he said in 28, Deuteronomy 28 and 48, that we are going to serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. You know what I'm saying? In hunger. So we got to go and work our butts off to go ahead and get the food, work for them to get the food that we need. You know what I'm saying? And in thirst, to get our drinks, like our water, we got to pay water. We got to sit there and buy food. We got to get the things that are needed for us to survive. And in nakedness, we got to buy clothing from them. We got to buy everything that we need and want from them. And in want of all things. So you sit there, you got to sit there, slave away, work hard and get what you need just so you can survive and live in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Again, so it's the slavery. You know what I'm saying? Having a yoke of iron around your neck. You know what I'm saying? Or in this day and age, he sit there and you have to rely on them so you can get the stuff that you need. You are put in a position where you don't have a choice but to sit there and work for them. You know what I'm saying? You have to get the things from them. You know what I'm saying? Until he have destroyed thee. So now you don't know who you are. You don't know that you are special people. You know what I'm saying? All you know is, why is this happening to me? Dang. I wish I was in a better position. I wish I could do better. I wish this. You know what I'm saying? You want things, but you don't know any better. You don't know that you are better than them, pretty much. You are special. You are separate from them. If you come into the class and learn more about who you are and learn that you are special people, follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Your situations and everything will get better. You know what I'm saying? Your enemy is going to be your enemy until the end. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be with my brothers and sisters than sit there and be amongst my enemies. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit there and have to go out and sit there and come back with little to nothing to show for what I've done. You just so I could sit there and go back out and do the same thing all over again. And then by the time we can retire, we are old and decrepit and we can't even move anyway. We can't even enjoy life. Oh yeah, no. Need some water. And you know what comes from having to serve our enemies? You know what I'm saying? We have to sit there and it's 14. My bad, give me. And so in this situation, we're serving our enemies. Now we're looking for help, and the help that y'all looking for, or we're looking for, is the pastors or the people, the black leaders, or so-called black leaders, or the pastors and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But again, because we don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, we're in this situation now. So now in Jeremiah 14:2, where it says Judah mourneth, you know what I'm saying? It says Judah mourneth. So right here, mourning, like if you look up mourning, it means to be saddened or distraught. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Y'all are sad, y'all crying, and y'all hurt, y'all in pain, you're distraught. You know what I'm saying? It's the same as when you go to like a funeral or something, and the pain and the hurt from losing your loved one. You know what I'm saying? It reflects on your face, and then that's how you bring it out. That's in the same sense. Judah mourneth. Okay? And the gates thereof languish. You know what I'm saying? And right here, it's like the protectors, or so the gates is essentially something that protects, or is supposed to guard and keep the blacks, like keep the people safe. But the gates thereof languish. You know what I'm saying? Languish in itself, it just means their protectors or so-called leaders fail in strength. You know what I'm saying? And fail to protect them. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why Judah is mourning is because they're not protected. Their leaders are weak. You know what I'm saying? They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. So it's just giving you a description of what their skin color is. You know what I'm saying? They are black unto the ground, like they are dark skinned, like they are real black. Black is this. Black is the tablecloth that we got right here, or black is the back wall. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up is essentially the same as in the beginning, crying out in pain or crying and suffering. Excuse me. So Judah is grieving because their leaders, their so-called leaders and protectors, fail to protect them. They are failing in strength. So they're crying out in pain. Like, Lord, why am I going through this? Please just tell me why me. You know what I'm saying? You hear this all the time. But again, like it says in Hosea 4:6, we're destroyed for lack of knowledge. We are being destroyed because we don't know any better. So now we're out here in mourning. Now we're out grieving, and now we're out in pain, and we're crying out because of us not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like in Jeremiah 17:4, we were cut off from knowing who we are and our history. Okay. But yeah, so again, even though we are out crying and we're mourning, you know what I'm saying? We still, alright, like in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. He says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that are upon the face of the earth." Again, you are a special people above all the people of the earth. You know what I'm saying? But we are destroyed. We are cut off. And we were set to serve our enemies until we're destroyed. So now, even though we are that special people, even though we are the Most High's favorite, we are still being punished. We are still out doing these things that we are not supposed to. But for us to go ahead and get better and do what we can, we should be getting back to how we are, or how we were. You know what I'm saying? But I went back to Deuteronomy 7 and 6 to reiterate that you are a special people. You know what I'm saying? And those special people are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Just like he gave a description of who were out mourning. They were black as unto the ground. You know what I'm saying? We can go ahead and again, so I'm gonna just go ahead and give you a couple of holy people and who they are, the special people. You know what I'm saying? Because this book right here was written by and made for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a description. What Solomon says, Song of Solomon. He's chapter 1, verse 5. And he says, "I am black." You know what I'm saying? I am black. Like, look at me. I'm black, but comely. I am black, but beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. I'm black and I'm beautiful. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm fly. He said, "O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar." He was like, look, I'm real dark. I'm a black man. Look at me. I'm black, beautiful. I'm the darkest of the dark. As the curtains of Solomon. Again, if you look at the images of the tents of Kedar, the tents of Kedar is just completely black. They use those tents to help with keep the heat out and the sun from bearing down on you in the deserts. You know what I'm saying? It's pitch black. And on the inside of the tents, it's kind of cool. And people just use that out in the desert when it's really hot. But yeah, he said, "I'm black, but I'm beautiful." You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a better description. Christ. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a description of Christ. I noticed that Christians always say this line to me. Christ was not black. They don't have a true description of what Christ was. Or Christ was an olive man. He was, that means he was of a greenish color. You know what I'm saying? Weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I talked to a lady in the store, and she told me Christ was a pale face. And I was like, nah, Christ is not. Christ is the same as me and you. He's the same skin tone as me and you. He was a brother. He had black skin, okay? His father was black. So, I'm going to go ahead and get it for you. In the book of Revelations 1:13. You know what I'm saying? And it says, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. You know what I'm saying? Cloth with a garment down to the foot, and a girt about the paps with the golden girdle. And seeing this man out there in a war garment, all the way down to the feet. And then he had a girt, garment down to the foot, and a girt about the paps. So a girt about the paps is just a belt that's going around the waist and the belly part, you know what I'm saying, to go around to hold the garment in place with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool. His head and his hairs, you know what I'm saying, like the facial hair, the hair on the top of the head, were white like wool. The only people I know that has hair white like wool are so-called black people. You know what I'm saying? The white is just the color, the wool is just the texture. So I've seen it countless of times. People will be like, oh, well, again, he's not a black man. Right there is telling you that his head and his hairs, just that alone, is describing what Christ looks like. You know what I'm saying? His hair and his head and his hairs were white like wool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, were white like wool, and as white as snow. It was pure white. This brother had pure white hair. You know what I'm saying? And his eyes were as a flame of fire, meaning his eyes was red. Christ liked to drink, so his eyes would be red, a little bit bloodshot. You know what I'm saying? And his feet like unto fine brass. Like unto fine brass, okay? His feet like unto fine brass. Brass is just okay. Brass is just another derivative of brown. Okay, brass is just another shade of brown. Okay, as if they burned in a furnace. So if you burn something, like it's already brown, so you put it in the furnace or the oven or the fire pit and burn it, it don't come out white, it don't come out green, it don't come out blue, it don't come out yellow, it comes out black. It comes out darker than dark. Again, like Solomon said, as the tints of Kedar, black. You know what I'm saying? So it's telling you that he's of a dark skinned race. You know what I'm saying? He's a brother of the darker fair, like the darker the darker complexion. You know what I'm saying? And his voice as the sound of many waters. His voice was deep. You know what I'm saying? So in this description, they gave you the description that his feet were like fine brass, was smooth, shiny, and of the brown color, of the color of brown, the derivative of brown, as if it was burned in a furnace. So it was a shiny black. You know what I'm saying? And his voice, the sound of many waters. His voice was really, really deep. When he spoke, you felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you hear, like, once you hear it, you'll never forget it. You will never. You know what I'm saying? The sound, it you can feel, and as you hear it, you know what I'm saying, you know when he's speaking. You will know to turn and look and listen. His voice was really deep. It's powerful as many waters. If you go to the ocean and look down at the edge and see how the water is always pushing up against the rocks and how dangerous it is, because if you go out there, that water will push you and then you sit there and get a concussion or you can die. It's fatal to you. It's like many waters. Go out in the water. It's really, the water itself is powerful. It could drag you under if it wanted to. And there's nothing you really can do about it. It was deep and powerful. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. You know what I'm saying? For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. I just gave you a description of Christ. Christ was a black man. Solomon was a black man. You know what I'm saying? People in this Bible are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All of them. You know what I'm saying? But because of what we did, you know what I'm saying, we rejected the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So he rejected us. He was mad because we rejected him. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and get to Isaiah 4:6. Bear with me. And there shall be hold on. 47. That's why. Okay. Excuse me. It's a lot here. Okay. Maybe pull it here. Okay. Okay. Found it. The book of Isaiah chapter 47 verse 6. I was wroth with my people. Definition of wroth. It's a adjective. It just means angrily. You know what I'm saying? And to be wroth with his people. He was angry with his people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient that hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Give me 1 second, it's like I'm gonna read that again. The book of Isaiah chapter 47 verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. While the Most High was angry with us, he kicked us out and put us into slavery. You know what I'm saying? He put us in the hands of our enemy. Like it says, like he said in Deuteronomy 28 and 48, where we had to serve our enemies. You know what I'm saying? He said, I was wroth with my people. He was angry with his people. I have polluted mine inheritance, kicked us out, and put us into slavery. He took our knowledge of who we are and our history, and he put us into slavery. You know what I'm saying? He kicked us out and put us into slavery. And he given them into thine hand. Again, that's what I mean by he sent us into slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because of what we did, because we were not doing what the Most High wanted us to do. So he was angry with us. So he sent us into their hands as slaves. Thou didst shew them no mercy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't show any mercy. They didn't care about the fact that they're being punished. So they made it a lot harder. They made it a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? For longer than what he wanted. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. They took it too far by enslaving us and working us too hard and taking away our identity and using it as their own. They could have just helped us out. They could have alleviated it a little bit. They could have just went and was like, hey, you are the Most High special people. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Make sure you do right so you won't be in this same situation or this situation that you're in now. They should have been like how a brother is to his own family. You know what I'm saying? When they in trouble. Because I know whenever I see my little brothers and sisters got in trouble, I'm like, hey, look, if you sat there and do this way, you won't make them mad. You won't make her mad. You won't make him mad. Just follow. Just listen to what they're saying. Just do that. Don't sit there and do anything other than what was told to do. They could have did that. They could have sat there and came over and was like, hey, look, bro. Yeah, just so y'all know, y'all special. Y'all his favorite people. But for y'all to go ahead and get back to doing what y'all was doing, y'all need to go ahead and listen and follow the law, statutes, and commandments like he asked y'all to. Like, stop doing what y'all doing. Stop being bad. You know what I'm saying? But no, they took it too far. They took our identity and made it their own, which is the so-called Jewish man, woman, and child. You know what I'm saying? They called themselves Jewish when they're not the real Jews. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I'm gonna go ahead and get Ezekiel 35 and 5. So, in Isaiah 47 and 6, he was angry at us, kicked us out, put us into slavery, and then the pale faces took it too far and stole our identity. In Ezekiel 35 verse 5, because thou hast a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. You know what I'm saying? This is just going into the hatred of the pale faces, you know what I'm saying, of Edomites towards Judah, towards the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, towards Israel. You know what I'm saying? It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Struggling at the bottom or serving our punishment, they murdered us, took away our identity, and worked us to the bone. They made it harder than what it was supposed to be for us. You know what I'm saying? Even now, at the end of what of us suffering. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're trying to keep it to the point where they want it to last longer. They don't want us to know who we are, because once we do know who we are, not they, because they already know. They already know who you are. You don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Once you find out who you really are, they're afraid. They are scared. They're terrified. Because once that happens, they know that their reign is going to end. They know that once we find out who we are and enough people knows who they are, according to the scriptures, once you find out, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, so even though that they could have just helped us out, they didn't. But instead, they made it worse. We're still struggling at the bottom. We're still in poverty. We still sit there at the lowest of the low. Man, it's delicious. Took away our identity, worked us to the bone. You know what I'm saying? So now, I'm gonna tell you something. I had the wrong. It's Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. It's going to be Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. And it reads, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. You know what I'm saying? It's saying our enemies. Everybody should know who our enemies are. It's the so-called oppressors. I mean, it's our oppressors. The so-called palefaces. The so-called Edomites. Okay, Esau. You know what I'm saying? They speak sweetly with his lips, meaning, hey, it's okay. You can go ahead and do what you want all week, as long as you come into church. As long as you come into church, all is forgiven. You just pray about it every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the fact that you was out there selling or smoking weed or drugs. I don't care about you sitting there being a harlot. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about you going ahead and committing adultery. Go ahead, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Come back to church and all is forgiven as long as you pray and pay your tithes. But it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there telling you all these things that are sit there and all these sweet things that you like to hear. But in his heart, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He's trying to figure out how can he make it worse. How can he make your life more miserable than what it already is? How can he make you suffer more than what you already are? You know, so this is what they thought of. It's okay for you to be a homosexual. It's okay for you to eat pork. It's okay for you to sit there and celebrate pagan holidays. It's okay for your woman to rule the household. It's okay for all these things that you do now. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Yeah, all is going to be forgiven as long as you pray about it. Digging you deeper and deeper into that pit. You know what I'm saying? Deeper. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to get married to the same sex? Okay, go ahead, come to church, and we're gonna go ahead and help you out. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a law going out that was supposed to be came up about. It's 1 second, I have it right here. Well, it's like I lost it. But no, so saying that okay. Another thing is saying that it's okay for you to get a sex change. That's one of the big things that they got going on now. It's okay for you to change your sex, even though you were obviously born that sex when you was born. You know what I'm saying? When you was determined what you are in your mother's womb. You know what I'm saying? But you don't like yourself, I guess. You don't like yourself, or you don't like the fact that you was born that way. You know what I'm saying? So you think it's okay for you to go ahead and change your sex. So they made it where it's okay for you to be able to change it. They also made it okay for grown men to go into schools to teach little kids that it's okay to do the same thing that they're doing. Back in let's see, I believe it's in the 70s, 60s, or the 70s. It was defined as a mental disorder to be homosexual. It's a mental disorder for pedophilia. It's a mental disorder for pretty much getting a sex change. They made it all. It's all been said as it's a mental disorder. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? But they, again, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. It's okay. Go ahead and do what you want. You can go ahead and be whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Oh, look, there's another one right there. Said that he want to be a woman. And that's another way to kill off the population. So let's go ahead and make it okay. Make it where it's lawful for you to go ahead and get the sex change. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna sweat it. Wow, he's still thinking like, yes, another one. Oh, what's that? Another one bites the dust. Another man that's no longer going to be able to populate this generation, the next generation. You know what I'm saying? It's another man who's not going to be there to raise his kids. You know what I'm saying? He will weep with his eyes, and if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. He will cry out with his eyes, but if he finds the opportunity, he will sit there and not hesitate to make it happen. Pretty much, he will not have a second thought on, yeah, let's go ahead and see how we can make this better. He's out for blood. He wants it to happen. He wants you to go ahead and get that sex change. He wants it to happen. He wants you to go out and sell drugs so you can go ahead and get locked up and not be able to raise your kids. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to go ahead and go out and sell your body. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. He won't be satisfied until it's shedded. Blood is shedded. You know what I'm saying? Going out selling your body. You come out, you sell it now, you have AIDS, and every dude that you with has it too. You know what I'm saying? Now you're killing off your people that way. And if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Be the first one to help you if you need it. And though he pretend to help thee, like I said, he will be there to help you, but he's not there to help you. He's out there. He's making it seem like he's out there to help you. You know what I'm saying? Yet shall he undermine thee. You know what I'm saying? He's not there to help you. He's out there to make it look like he's out there to help you. You know what I'm saying? He's there to, like, hey, yeah, I don't know, man, Black Power, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, but no, he's not there to help you out. He's not there to make it better for you. He's making it, trying to figure out how to make it worse for you. Trying to figure out what can he do to benefit from your downfall. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do? What do I have to do for these people not to know who they are, not to find out their true identity, not to find out that the fact that we are in the wrong and they would rightfully rule us. He's trying to make it so you won't. Again, it says, if adversity comes upon thee, I'm going to go ahead and give you the definition of adversity. I have it right here. It says, if adversity come upon thee, adversity, the definition of adversity is a noun. It's difficulties or misfortune. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I was looking for. And it says, if difficulties come upon thee, or if more misfortune, I like that one better. If misfortune come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. As soon as the bad things happen to you, he's right there. You know what I'm saying? And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He's the first one there when you're going through difficult times. He's there when the misfortune hits you. But he's there like, yeah, I'm here to help you, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do everything in his power for you not to get the help that you want. Go ahead and get Zechariah 11:5. The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Again, like I said, the first ones to be there when you struggling and you in your difficult times. The reason why is because they don't want to see you be who you're supposed to be. And it says in Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Like he's he's there to help you, but he's really not. Whose possessors slay them. He's out there for blood. He's killing you off. He's killing us off daily. You know what I'm saying? Separating us from our family, separating us from being who we are, making it so that we won't come back together as one nation, but putting us against each other. You know what I'm saying? Or pitting us against each other, if you will. They want it to be so that you won't never stand together as a people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. So while we are sitting there struggling at the bottom, sitting there, we've got to sit there and we got to work and get everything that we need from them to survive. They out there killing us every day. You see it every day. Brother died with a knee on the back of his head and his neck. Brother died coming from the store with tea and Skittles. You know what I'm saying? A sister died in the military and they tried to hide it. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where I've seen, it's so much that you see. It's so much. You know what I'm saying? I see it every day. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? They sit there and show some stuff, but there are certain things that they don't want you to see. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to see how they sit there and kill people on camera and they hide it. There's a couple of times where I've seen where someone died and then the brother or the brother's family or the sister's family are forgiving the pale faces. They are forgiving their enemies. They're not sitting there blaming them or anything. You know what I'm saying? They're sitting there making it so that they can slay you even more. Not holding them accountable for what they have done, for their iniquities, for their transgressions against you. It says, whose possessors slay them. The cops slay you all the time. Pale faces slay you. Their kids, the school just started up too. So now it's even more imperative that you protect your little ones. Because you already know, school started. And you always got that one pale face in the back of the class, real quiet, like, you know what I'm saying? Always nervous. And hold themselves not guilty. They kill us off and say that we weren't the guilty ones. We wasn't the one that enforced him to made him or her do what they did. Just the other day I was on TikTok and I seen a sister get tased. A pregnant sister get tased. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if her and the baby is alright. I just know that they cut the phone off immediately after. They slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Cops kill you every day. It's not my fault. He had a gun. I seen that he was reaching, so I shot him. It was self-defense. I didn't commit murder. It was just self-defense. I didn't do it. It was his fault. It was he the one who pulled it. He pulled out the gun. He the one who did it. You know what I'm saying? I felt threatened for my life. It's one of their favorite things to say. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord. You know what I'm saying? For I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Again, It says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Our oppressor is killing us constantly, every day, daily, hourly, if you will, and call themselves innocent. It's not my fault. He pulled a gun. I thought he had a gun. He was reaching. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor say, thank God I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the wealthiest people out here. I'm the best at getting the money. I'm the best at having money. Thank God I have this money. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are only rich because of what their parents and their ancestors did to our people, are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? They are rich because of what they did to y'all, us, not y'all, us. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa, he's not really my grandpa, but it's my brother's grandpa. He said that he remembered when slavery was around. You know what I'm saying? He remembers it. And he was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, we got up earlier than the sun, fed the family, went out to the field, and we had a certain amount of stuff that we had to get taken care of. And if we were caught slacking or lacking, we were beat. Man had scars all over his back from when he wasn't even old enough to, in his day age, to drive. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even old enough to go ahead and purchase any kind of alcohol or anything. He was still a kid. He was a minor. You know what I'm saying? He was a minor. And he was beat mercilessly. I know y'all see the shirts and everything that say never forget that the UPK has. I've seen somebody with those kind of scars. And I'm telling you, I will never forget what they have done. For them to sit there and call themselves not guilty, to call themselves innocent, it baffles me. I heard, I told somebody that they were going to be punished because of the iniquities that their father has done. You know what I'm saying? For what he has done to the people. And he was like, that wasn't me. I ain't have nothing to do with it. Like, so you mean to tell me that you didn't benefit from what happened to my people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? He was like, yeah, it wasn't me. It was just my grandparents and them. It was my great-grandfather or my great-grandmother and them. They benefited. Not me. I was like, but you're still rich. You still got money. You still can sit there and be lavish if you wanted to. You have old money, as you call it. You don't have new money. You are old money. You had slaves. Your ancestors had slaves. So you are a part of what they did. You still benefit from it to this day. You know what I'm saying? And their leaders care not for the people. The pastors and whatnots. This is just saying that the leaders, the so-called pastors or the so-called leaders, the speakers that's supposed to speak for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. You know what I'm saying? It says, and their own shepherds pity them not. They don't pity us. They pretty much gaining off of the same things that they are. They're getting rich for sitting there not teaching you who you really are. They are like in Jeremiah. and 14:2, where it says, Judah mourneth, for the gates thereof languish. You know what I'm saying? The leaders don't care. Why? Because they're weak. They don't care about you. They worried about what their next dollar is going to be. Who's the next churchgoer that they can scam? How can they get the money up out of you? Oh yeah, they're going to teach you that it's okay to go ahead and do everything that you want to do, as long as you come back and pray about it. You know what I'm saying? Christians use this one line that I hear all the time. God knows my heart. God knows me. As long as I pray over this food, it'll be blessed. He knows I don't want to sin. He knows that I'm a good Christian. I'm a good man. I'm a good woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like the country coming out. They sit there and say it all the time. You know what I'm saying? They go, again, God loves me. God knows me. God knows my heart. As long as I pray to the Lord for forgiveness. All is forgiven. Nah, it's not forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Again, our pastors teach you that it's only 10 commandments that you got to follow. It's not. It's more than that. Way more. All you got to do is just come into class and you'll learn all of them. If you don't know it, you will know it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? For them sitting there saying, I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing wrong. Something is going to happen to them for them sitting there saying that. It's not unseen. This is not going to go unseen. This has all been documented and watched and monitored. You know what I'm saying? They even know it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't want you to know who you are. They scared. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 10. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and go up to 9. It's one of my favorites too. In Zechariah 11:5, where the oppressors are killing us constantly and calling themselves innocent. You know what I'm saying? And they saying, thank God that I'm rich because of what they did. You know what I'm saying? He also, where while we were struggling at the bottom and serving our punishment, he took away our identity and worked us to the bone. And we were enslaved. You know what I'm saying? He's been killing us constantly. So, I'm going to tell you, in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. I'm pretty sure everybody has an ear. If you don't, you still got an ear, you can hear. Or if you can't hear, somebody assign it for you. They assign language. I have to learn how to do that sign language. If any man have an ear, let him hear. So if you can hear it, listen. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. We were put into slavery, which is captivity. Captivity is enslaving of people. You know what I'm saying? So our oppressors, the pale faces, have put us into slavery. You know what I'm saying? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Killing us constantly, even while we're struggling at the bottom, trying to do our punishment and get out. You know what I'm saying? He's killing us and calling himself innocent. These pale faces gotta pay, man. They gotta pay. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. You know what I'm saying? He that leadeth into captivity, he that enslaved you and benefited off of your work, your hard labor, your destruction. You know what I'm saying? Your woes and your good night. Your adversity. You know what I'm saying? Your difficulties, your misfortune, and what he benefited from is going to come back to bite him in the rear. You know what I'm saying? He that leadeth into captivity, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He that killed the cops that kills the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans daily are going to be killed the same way. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? After all that happens, after being enslaved and killed off, I'm going to go ahead and give you Obadiah chapter 1, verse 8, if you will. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? He's saying, like, should I not kill them off and take away what they know? Should I not, so they won't be coming back? Let me kill the elders. Let me kill the wise men. Let me kill the ones with the knowledge. Let me kill them off. You know what I'm saying? And understanding out of the mount of Esau. Like this is a question he's asking. Should I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? And understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Timon, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. All palefaces, so-called oppressors, Edomites, will be killed off. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. For your violence against the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you know what I'm saying? Shame shall cover you. To be put to shame. Do you know the definition of shame is humiliation or distress caused by the consciousness of the wrong or the foolish behavior that they have done? That is what shame is. Shame is a noun, okay? It's a painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. You know what I'm saying? Shame shall cover thee. Again, you'll be feeling humiliated. And thou shalt be cut off forever. Meaning that you will no longer be able to go back to being what you are today. So-called palefaces will no longer be what they are. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to drop that and get the Psalms 28 and 4. I'm going to go ahead and do 28, 3, 4. and 5. It says, draw me not away with the wicked. Don't put me with them. Don't put me with the wicked. Don't put me with the people that are bad and crazy. You know what I'm saying? And with the workers of iniquity. Again, the definition of iniquity. Is immoral or grossly unfair behavior. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. Don't put me with them. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me with those people that are sitting there doing the bad. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, sorry about that. Give them according to their deeds, and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their desert. Give them according to their deeds. The deeds that they have done. Give them. So whatever they have done, give it to them. Give them according to their deeds. If you don't know what deeds are, I'll give you that as well. It's just an action that is performed intentionally or consciously. So give them according to their actions, or their conscious decisions and actions, and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. You know what I'm saying? It says, according to the wickedness of their endeavors, which is an enterprise or undertaking, you know what I'm saying, or an attempt to achieve their goal, and the wickedness of their goal. Give them after the work of their hands. Render them their desert. So give them what they deserve. What they have done, give it to them what is deemed fittable. Well, deemed fit, slacking. Because they regard not the works of the Lord. They don't pay attention to the works of the Lord. They don't regard it. They don't care about what the work of the Lord does. You know what I'm saying? Nor the operation of his hands. He shall destroy them and not build them up. He's going to, like in the last scripture, in Obadiah 1 and 9 through 10. You know what I'm saying? Where it says, Obadiah 1 and 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be cut off forever. And the way they're going to be cut off from forever is in Obadiah 1 and 9, where it says, and thy mighty men, O Timon, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. And to slaughter something is to murder or kill it. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go ahead and give them what they deserve. You know what I'm saying? And not build them up. Blessed be the Lord, because he hath heard the voice of my supplications. He's heard the voice of thy supplications. again. Okay. It's like I lost where I was. Blessed be the Lord, because he hath heard the voice of my supplications. He has heard the voice of my begging and pleading. You know what I'm saying? That's supplication is just begging or pleading. Asking for something earnestly or humbly. You know what I'm saying? He's heard the voice of him. You know what I'm saying? And so, right. 1 second. There we go. Sometimes this thing don't want to work the way I need it to work. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and get the book of Jeremiah 3 and 15. That's the book of Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not know what I'm saying, but you understand what I'm saying. Or do you understand what this is saying? It's saying, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, and which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. He's going to give you some people, or he's going to give you priests and pastors, or priests and officers of the Lord, that has the same thoughts as what he's teaching. You know what I'm saying? Which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So now he's going to send you the priests and prophets of the Lord, so they can teach you the law. You know what I'm saying? They're going to teach you everything that's in this book. What to eat, what not to eat, how to the order in your household should be, how to be a husband, how to be a father, how to be a warrior. It also tells you everything that you need to know. You know what I'm saying? In here. If you got a question, you can ask it. And guess what? It will be answered through the scripture. The scripture, these laws, statutes, and commandments that were given for a reason. They've been here longer than it even has New Testament and Old Testament, the Old Testament and the New. It says in I'll tell you, hold on. Just like it 1 second. Nothing. Oh, the book of Ecclesiastes. I think it's 1 verse 9. Yeah. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. It says, The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So again, everything that's been done has been told and is happening again. There's nothing new. It's just repetition after repetition after repetition after repetition. What's done has been done, and what's done shall be done again. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing new under the sun. Like, there's things in here that when I found out, I was baffled myself. I never knew that was in there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know back in the day that people gang banged and sold and dealt in the drugs. You know what I'm saying? But I was taught that it was in there. I was like, oh dang, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to what I was talking about. So in Jeremiah, no, that's Hosea. Hold on. In the book of Jeremiah, that's Nehemiah. Oh, it's 11:02, not 13:02. Alright, the book of Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So he's going to send out, he's already done it. He's sending out teachers to teach you what you don't understand, teach you what you lack in knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So you won't be like in the book of Zephaniah. Oh no, not Zephaniah. Hosea 4 and 6. Oh, good name. That's strange. Oh, that's why. I was off by 2 pages. That's crazy. But yeah, Zephaniah chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So for you not to be destroyed any longer, for you to sit there and to be able to get better. You know what I'm saying? Don't do, okay, for you are, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. He's sending out teachers so you won't have the lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So you won't be like in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, being destroyed for lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge. So if you don't reject the knowledge, you won't get rejected. It says, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, and that thou, let's like it, reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. You know what I'm saying? If you reject the knowledge that is being taught by the priests and prophets of the Lord, he's going to reject you, just like he's already done. So, for you not to be rejected, He's sending out somebody so they can give you the knowledge and the wisdom that you need to have for you to survive in this world. And again, the word world, the definition of world is just age or society. You know what I'm saying? Because there are several types of worlds out there. You got Sea world, Arab world, you got the Chinese world. You know what I'm saying? You got all types of different worlds out there. And there's only one earth. It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So the knowledge and understanding that you need is what the scriptures say, what the law, statutes, and commandments are. You know what I'm saying? That's your knowledge that you need. Don't reject it, because you need it. You know what I'm saying? You need that. You don't need to reject it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and get. So if you don't reject it, you'd be better at what you are, who you're supposed to be. You would be back into Deuteronomy 7:6, being a holy people, being a separate people. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that you can be like in Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6 is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? There's other things. You gain the knowledge and the understanding of why you are his chosen people, his favorite people. You know what I'm saying? In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. For you to get to that point, he has given you Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give that to you. He's already doing it. He's giving it to you now. He's giving you pastors. He's giving you the ISUPK. He's giving you the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you the people that needs to teach you to be better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he's giving you what you need. You know what I'm saying? Now, for us to achieve that, we need Jeremiah 3:15, the people to teach you your knowledge and understanding. We also need Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. So you got the pastors or the priests and prophets of the Lord feeding you the knowledge and understanding that you need. You need to gather together. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Right now, the only nation that I could think of that's not desired is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Gather together. You know what I'm saying? So, you get the knowledge and understanding after gathering together. Okay? And there's something else that should be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, this gathering together is one of the main components of being who you are. You got to gather together. Stop fighting against each other. Stop going against your brothers and sisters. Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian so-called people. Let me rephrase that. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. If I gotta emphasize, it's gonna be man, woman, and child in therein. You know what I'm saying? The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. These are the requirements. And now Israel, again Israel, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child in therein. You know what I'm saying? What doth the Lord thy God require of thee? After gathering together, what does he require of you? What is needed for you to be back in Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6? You know what I'm saying? To be above all the people upon the face of the earth. To be set upon high. Not to be in punishment anymore. But to fear the Lord thy God. Fear God. To walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. He's saying, all you have to do is fear God and love him. And love is an action. It's not a feeling. It's an action. And to serve the Lord thy God. Serve and love. Okay, these are the key words that I want you to pay attention to, because these are something that needs to be done. So for the love is following the law, statutes, and commandments and doing them. Serving is teaching and doing what is needed to be. You know what I'm saying? With all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. You know what I'm saying? I told you. Keep the commandments and his statutes. Oh, it looks like it's almost my time. Ecclesiastes. So to sum it up, at the end, he's giving you priests and prophets to teach you, give you knowledge and understanding, so you won't be destroyed for the lack of knowledge that you don't have. He's going to give you the people to teach you. He's going to give you the tools necessary to understand, to have the knowledge and understanding. And then you have to gather together. You know what I'm saying? Gather together so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian people. And then in Deuteronomy, he said to fear God, love him, and to serve him with all thy heart and all thy soul. And that is to keep the commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Now, this is the conclusion, okay? Right here. So, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 13. Even though we are destroyed for lack of knowledge, we were given the tools to help us gain the knowledge and understanding, so we won't be destroyed any longer. We have to gather together. We have to fear God, love him, and serve him. You know what I'm saying? And to keep his commandments. So, the conclusion is, let us hear the conclusion, 12 and the Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God. Okay, that's one. Fear God. Keep his commandments. That's two. For this is the whole duty of men. This is all you have to do. This is your duty. This is your responsibility. You know what I'm saying? If I have to, I'll give you the definition of duty as well. You know what I'm saying? It's a moral or legal obligation or a responsibility, a task or action that someone is required to perform. You know what I'm saying? This is a task or an action that is required to perform. Okay? That is your task. That is your duty. That is what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Again, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. You know what I'm saying? So this is that's your task, is to sit there and do and follow his commandments, and the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? With that, I'm going to say shalom.